Hey guys, I hate this product and here's why. I'm Ryan from the Poker Chalet. I run a small online business where I do have distribution. I do have local card sales. I do deal in singles. I do deal in sealed product. And I hate Blooming Waters. If you're curious why I hate Blooming Waters, it has to do with what happened here in Nova Scotia, Canada regarding Blooming Waters. This friggin' box. This is the epitome of scalping. This showed up in Costco basically 2 weeks before we even got it as a LCS, as a online card store. And no, more than a month before. So we eventually got this. We got allocated this product. We got a fair amount. It was the last official allocation of 151 product that LCSs here in Canada got. We've bought more 151. We've bought restocks at an extremely high price. We've bought the booster bundles, I think 100 Canadian each. We've bought those. But this product, I refuse to sell, and here's why. Now, normally, I would definitely put this up for sale. I would let people buy this. And people are going to be cursing me because I didn't sell more of it. I didn't get very much. I get 3 cases, right? I sold 2 cases, and I sold 2 cases to people who are very, very reliable customers. I sold cases to them of this product, and I sold this to people who knew me a long time and knew that I did not participate in the scalping of this particular product. Now, what happened? This thing got released in Costco, and what was happening at the Costco is in the morning of this friggin' release, you got a bunch of doofuses lining up outside of Costco, and they would go in and fill their cart with 10 of these friggin' things. 10 of these Blooming Waters, run through, pay for them, put it in their car, and sweep around and get another 10. So there's people who picked up maybe 50 of these friggin' things. That is a heck of a lot of money, and Costco did not charge a lot. Like the deal that Costco paid for this was not, the Costco price was not bad. For 151 at the time, it was not bad. And I understood. I understand people were buying it because they knew that the market was essentially double or almost triple the price. So what we had was a bunch of true scalpers who were putting it on Marketplace, and all the people who couldn't make it to Costco that morning, couldn't make it to Costco within 10 minutes of opening, didn't get any. And they were forced to buy at market. And this was a huge scalp problem here in Nova Scotia. And I tell you, my customers, I have a lot of these Blastoids and these Venusaurs and these 2 cards, Reverse Hollows. A lot of my customers participated in buying a lot. Now, I don't know if they scalped. I don't know if they sold the product, if they bought and sold packs, what they did, or if they just ripped. But there was some customers who came in and they had 10, 15 of these Blastoids, these Venusaur, these Reverse Hollows for trading credit. And of course, now I have a lot, which is fine. But singles always sell, guys. But I have still a case of these left. And I feel like they're a toxic product. I feel like I can't sell them. Because if I sell them, first of all, I'm not going to sell them at the Costco price, because I think Costco maybe was selling them at like $5 or $6 more than what I paid. And I'm being a traditional capitalist here. I'm thinking to myself, I would prefer to pay to charge more for this product, because otherwise you're really just giving it to someone who's just going to flip it right away. And that's one of the things about me. I'm surely give it to someone who's going to rip it. I've sold a couple of them to guaranteed customers who I know are going to rip it, not flip. But if you're going to flip, I'm not going to sell you short supply product. If I do not sell short supply product to flippers. If I have a lot of something, and yeah, if you're a flipper, I'll give you some inventory. You can go to the vendor and you could try to sell, but I don't want to sell this right now. And I noticed that this is also going to be released at Target in the United States in the next little while. The shelf life of how long this is going to have to sit with me has just been extended. Like, until people forget how shitty the scalper, how, I wouldn't say that S word, how bad the scalpers were for this particular product, I can't sell it. My distribution allocated box is basically dead product until until everyone forgets. Now I'm sure you'll contact me and say, oh, I'd love to buy Blooming Waters, and I'm going to rip it. But it's the precedent. It's like, I don't want to be that guy who's selling Blooming Waters. It's been cursed. This is a cursed product. This is not something anybody like you can't even display this. You can't even put this up on your oh, I'm a cool Pokemon collector, I'm going to display this. You can't do that. You're stuck with this product because it was scalped. This is like 2024 scalping. This is the epitome of scalping. The only thing worse was probably the 151 tins, which I didn't get any. Like, the tins, distro doesn't distribute tins for some reason. Blooming Waters, yes. So this is a product that it's dead weight, but I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to sit on this until maybe 2026, and when the whole when the 30th is over, maybe I'll put it on sale. Or maybe if I ever do rip and ship again, which I don't know if I'll ever do that, but it's so much work to do rip and ship, you have no idea. If I ever do that again, maybe I'll somehow have 151 packs for sale. But this particular product, scalpers ruined this product. Destroyed. Now, I don't know if there's any product that's worse than this one. If you know a product that's been scalped worse than this product, please let me know, and I'd love to debate you in the comments. But here we are. It's now 2025. The next thing that are coming up are actually some collection boxes. And those collection boxes are expected to have the Team Rocket, basically the destined rivals. And I'm kind of looking forward to having some destined rivals to rip, because I really don't have anything. I think the only product that I have left from destined rivals are two things that I will not sell online. Two things that I won't sell online. These upside down, no, kidding. The promo cards with the check lane blisters. This is the last. I don't know why Distro didn't send me even numbers of promo cards from the 3-pack blisters and from the ETBs, but they did not. So here we go. So I do enjoy this complexity of the market where some things get tarnished, like Blooming Waters. I also like to see, products that come around. Now, one of the things about you as a collector, someone who watches and is interested in maybe the business side, but interested in collecting, is that one of the more interesting things beyond, looking at the arts, beyond collecting, is picking up things that have history, picking up things that are moments in time. Famous one, the felt hat Pika, right? It was a huge moment in time. Everybody wanted to order and get these felt hat Pikas. There was riots at the museum. It was a moment in time for a non-hollow card, promo card. Beautiful card. Crazy market to establish. Piece of history. This is the kind of things that you want to add to your collection. A lot of people, they're working on their master sets, and they're like impressive accomplishments in master set. But the interesting pieces, the pieces are like that have stories to them, whether it's a personal story or whether it's a market story or whether it's some different type of story. Those are the things that make collecting really interesting, that make the whole hobby entertaining, is the fact that there's a story behind something, or that there's a complexity to the acquisition of a particular product. That's what makes things fun. That's one of the things I like about being a store owner, collecting with Kai. talking to other collectors, showing off the fact that I was boasting to some of my friends in the collecting hobby that Kai and I were able to open the Fusion Strike God Box. And a lot of the guys who I interpreted as really knowledgeable guys had never heard of the Fusion Strike Canadian Air Box. They had never heard of it. And I'm like, here's the video. Check it out. Because I was joking around that my son and I broke a box that if we had kept it sealed, it would be like, $12,000 right now. So the thing about formulating your participation in the hobby is try to make those memories. I remember selling some really interesting cards through a partner of mine. What were they called? They were like a knockoff from Pokemon. I can't relate it. Something Moon. Can't remember. Unfortunately, I can't remember right now. But you collect these things. You establish that that's interesting, and I want to have that. That's how I feel about promo cards. I really appreciate promo cards. I like getting the promo cards. I find that's one of the more interesting parts of the hobby, especially the ones that have a story, that have a challenge to them. I've gotten a lot of promo cards and a lot of stamped cards and a lot of things, but the most precious ones are not the high value ones that come through the shop. It's actually the ones that we got, like we found together, that we participated in. Those are the ones that are really worth it. And I have Illustrator contest cards. Really, really like them. But I get them through trade, get them through, trade and credit. I don't have the same affinity for them. But when I bought something and I got the cards through something I bought, something I wanted, I bought, the affinity is there. And that's one of the great things about collecting, is you build that affinity and that story and that history, the memorabilia, the excitement. That's one of the greatest things about collecting. And I honestly, definitely go out there and don't just spend money. Look for things you love. Look for things that have stories. Make stories. Do things that make your collection and your participation in the hobby interesting. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed my little blurb on the Blooming Waters. Feel free to let me know if you think that's not the most scalped product of the year.